was kind of like spiraling for a second. So I've got my old one here. 2025 goals. Do struggle sometimes with body image. Happy New Year, guys. Oh my god, Happy New Year. It is the 1st of January 2025 and I hope you guys had a very nice festive season and you're feeling ready and inspired to start a new year. I am doing a full reset today, so I'm going to be sharing with you my goals for the year. I'm doing a full reset of the house, getting it all nice and clean, feeling good and fresh in January for a brand new year. I have just printed out some pictures that I'm going to put onto my vision board. I am creating like a full life vision board, so not specifically a 2025 vision board, but a life as a whole vision board. So I've got my old one here. I always just like take a picture of it so I can remember at like what I was manifesting at this specific time, because obviously it'll always have the date on it, but I just wanted to give it a nice freshen up. A lot of the things on here are still very the same, very similar, but maybe just more pictures that make me feel more inspired, but also getting rid of ones that I have accomplished. Like I've got a picture on here of someone at the Colosseum and I've now been to Italy, you know, just like traveling. I have 1,000 subscribers on here, which I did get done. Just a couple of things that I want to update. Yeah, you know when you just see new pictures and you're like, yeah, that feels like me. I'm going to take off all the old pins and put new ones on. And I have finally finished my vision board. It is looking amazing and so intentional and exciting. I feel like somewhere in my teenage years, in my like early 20s, I lost like the feeling to dream big. For example, I'm going to use this one as an example. I have always wanted a Range Rover. It's just been my dream car, and I used to have that on my vision board, as well as like a McLaren and things like crazy sports cars and things like that on my vision board when I was like maybe in my 16, 17 or something like that. And then slowly as I grew into my teenage years, early 20s, I really had scarcity mindset, and I stopped putting the Range Rover on my vision board and didn't put a car on there in general. I would put a car that was like in the mid-range, which is still beautiful but not my dream car. And at the end of the 2024 and now going into 2025, I do not want to play it small anymore, and I'm going back to dreaming big because that is the dream that I want. And so I've put the Range Rover back on the vision board, and she's there to stay because I'm going to have her one day. Anyway, that was a little bit of a tangent, but I just wanted to remind you to keep dreaming big because life is crazy and I'm gonna have a Range Rover. So anyway, this portion of the vlog, we are going to touch on my 2025 goals for the year. I love annual goals, and I think these ones feel a little bit different. They feel just aligned and really purposeful. So I've got 3 words for 2025, and they are going to be growth, abundance, and prosper. I'm already jumping into it, but one of my biggest goals for personally, so I always break them down into categories, but my personal goals is to work on my abundance mindset, my money mindset. I've got the Abundance Academy course from Rise and Conquer, and I didn't feel connected to it this time around. I think when it started I was going traveling, so I wasn't able to do it how it was designed to complete. So I really want to take this time, I think in next month, after I've sort of started January and gotten things going, that I can actually focus on it and do the course how it was designed to do, which was a 30-day course and doing something every single day. So I really do want to hit back into that, but yeah, really focus on my abundance mindset and not be so in a scarcity mindset. I want to attend more events with like-minded women. I think it was so crucial, especially last year. I did maybe 3 events, and one being a 4-day retreat, and I just noticed a huge like shift in my mindset that there is actually people out there that think the same as me, that want the same things as me, have the same values as me. And it was just really nice to be surrounded by people that want to do amazing things and they aren't afraid to dream big. Next one is this isn't exactly measurable, but I think it's more of a feeling. A lot of these are quite feeling based. Be authentically me, especially showing up online. Like, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. I'm constantly showing up online, and sometimes I feel like I can play a little bit into what are other people posting. Should I be doing the same? Whereas I kind of just want to stick to being like authentically myself, and not even just in an online sense, like just in different situations. Like, let's use the retreat as an example. Like, if I was going to another retreat, you know, I can get quite nervous, quite in my head, quite thinking about what will they think, what blah 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 blah, you know, the whole thing. And so I really want to make a point of just literally just showing up as authentically who I am and not being afraid to express that. I think that's the thing, is kind of like a fear-based thing about wanting to be accepted. So just really showing up as my authentic self, because that is truly when I'm in my happiest. I want to, again, this was on one of my 2024s, but it was to do more things alone, and I smashed that for 2024. I never walked by myself. I barely left the house, to be quite honest with you, by myself. So 2024 was huge for that, and I still have things that I really want to continue accomplishing in that department. Is going to the beach. I did not go to the beach alone. So beaches, cafes, more cafes, going to places that I don't know. I tend to, like, if I go to a cafe once and I figure out where to park and I know it all, I'll go to that same spot over and over and over again. Whereas I want to try and branch out a little more, go to different spots and like kind of feel the fear and just do it anyway. So that'll be big for me, and just like any other activities or events that pop up that I want to do alone. Continue on my self-love journey, and in like complete transparency here, like I do struggle sometimes with body image. I think this is really normal to have like good and bad days, but I really want to try and have those tools on the bad days to kind of get myself out of those thought processes, and to really just be super like grateful and in love with me, because at the end of the day, people and me, I love myself for myself, not because of what my body looks like. And I guess that's all part of being like authentically myself as well. I want to stop the doom scrolling, so really pull down my screen time. I've downloaded an app called Opal, which like blocks out the social media apps when I want it to, or have different sessions. If I'm working, I'll turn off the apps and things. So it's a really cool app that completely blocks it, because I did use like the self blocks within like the Apple settings, and it was too easy to turn off. I would just be like, remind me in 15 minutes or let me in for 15 minutes, and it just wasn't really working. So I've downloaded Opal now to make sure that I don't do that. And I want to just come back to reading, so reading over scrolling, and I want to read 20 books this year. My next category is relationships. So I really want to deepen my friendships and create new friendships from the events that I go to, and to grow and have a great evolutionary relationship with John. So just always communicating, growing together, working together, and just matching each other's energies. I think in a sense of like, if one day I'm at 40%, he will match whatever. What's 100 take 40? 60%. Guys, I'm really bad at math. So he will be the 60%, but when he's at a 20%, I will be there 80%, you know, just like matching where each other's at and not having to be, yeah, maybe one day I'll need to do more, he'll need to do more, just like things like that, and just like really building that romance and going on dates and just keeping the relationship flourishing. My career goals, so this is a really different year for me because this is the first time I'm going into a year without a employer-employee relationship job, full-time job. I don't even do like the teaching for dancing anymore, so I'm fully like independent in what the work I want to do, and I don't know what this whole journey is going to look like. I could end up getting a job, I could stay independent. I'm just kind of letting the universe decide what's happening. I have plans, of course, but yeah, I'm very open to it. My career goals, especially in the terms of like social media and being online, is to be a positive light for others and educate and help with like mind fog and organization, resetting and positivity and manifesting. Basically all the things that I invest my time into, I want to share with you guys and just continue being a super positive person for you guys as well. I have some exciting plans about digital products, but also maybe some physical products, but I'm gonna keep that on the DL because that is very fresh concepts at the moment, but it is something that I'm going to be focusing on this year, so stay tuned. Again, consistency on YouTube and socials, creating content that I love and that I'm proud of, showing and proving my purpose. I think again, it's like kind of falling into that. If it's working for someone, maybe it'll work for me, but also like obviously the things that I have been posting, some work, some don't, and so I need to go into the new year thinking, okay, if that didn't work, then I need to change it, because you can't just keep doing the same thing expecting different results. I want to hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. It is a big huge goal, so we're gonna hit it though, and I want to get 5,000 followers on Instagram, TikTok. That's sort of the number of the year is 5,000. I want to create a consistent income, whatever that may look like, kind of like what I touched on before. This is so random, but I want to be in a photo shoot this year. I just had a vision of a photo shoot, so whether that's for another brand or for myself, just a photo shoot capacity, working with aligned brands in a paid capacity. And a big goal is starting to get paid by YouTube. I have met like the requirements of the subscribers, but I've just got to hit a certain amount of watch hours, so how long people watch me for, to then get paid by YouTube. So I want to, that's a really big goal, and I want that to start this year. Travel wise, I want to take in all the moments and enjoy Japan to the fullest. We've got 3 weeks in Japan coming up and I'm super excited for it, but I just want to ensure that like when I'm there, I'm making the most of the opportunities, making the most of things that just like pop up, food, anything. I just want to try it, do it all, and fully fund Japan as well. So making sure we're putting away money for it and having the best trip possible. I want to go to the Gold Coast again. I love just, I swear I go to the Gold Coast every single year, and it's just like a nice switch off. And like some of my favorite restaurants are there, so going to GC, and then also another overseas trip. I'm not sure exactly what that is yet, but I would love to go overseas another time during the year. Health and wellness, I have consistent movement staying with my Pilates, but I also would love to go to an actual Pilates place with reformers and try reformers. I've never done reformer before. I've always done like the Pilates class at home, so I'd love to actually go to a Pilates studio and yeah, do a couple of classes. I want to start intentionally eating like from the market, so organic foods, just more healthier choices around foods as well. No phone Sundays, which is something that I implemented last year, and I wanted to be more strict on myself going into this year. And of course, no planned days per week, which is something I started when I came back from the Maldives, which is basically what had happened is I schedule out my weeks in advance, and my days are planned out, and there would be days where even if it was like I would plan when to relax, so it'd be like on Wednesday I'm relaxing, and like it was just so stupid because what if I just didn't want to, or what if that day I had the motivation to work? And I just sort of I decided to leave one day during the week completely blank, and I can do whatever I want when I wake up. So whether is that going to have breakfast out, whether it's I feel so motivated to film some content, I feel so motivated to do some work, or I need to have a movie day. Like, I just kind of left one day a week clear so I can just do whatever I want, basically. So I definitely want to continue that into this year. Finances, I want to let go of overconsumption, especially around clothing. I feel like, especially looking at our budgeting from this year, 2024, it was a lot of clothing every month, and I don't need to buy clothes every single month. I think I do love shopping. It's like a way of like self-care for me. I love the experience of shopping, but I don't need to be buying clothes all the time. So just like reducing my overconsumption. When I am able to have a stable income, I would love to continue putting away for traveling, another house, just like bigger future plan things. And of course, my last one is just to keep track of the money that I spend and the income that comes in. They are my 2025 goals. Hopefully that inspires you. If there's any there that clicked for you, that resonate with you and you feel like you want to do as well, they again can change. This is just what I've set as of right now, and throughout the year, no matter what happens, I am able to change them, and very excited. They feel very aligned and very purposeful, and I'm excited to kind of stem my year from those goals. I am now going to spend like the next couple of days cleaning the house. So I'm just taking it step by step, day by day, seeing what I'm able to get done and really reorganizing the house. So by the end of the week, next week is, you know, the fresh organized space. So I'm gonna of course film that for you. So let's get stuck into cleaning up the house. Quick update. It is now the 3rd of January, and I'm going to be really real and transparent for a second. I had plans to really like reset, clean the house, but I honestly felt quite overwhelmed by like all the 2025 like reset stuff and goals and January resets and everyone posting about what to do for 2025 and blah blah blah. And I was kind of like spiraling for a second, but I am back, and I am just deciding to sort of sit with how I'm feeling right now. And I'm so lucky because yesterday I kind of spoke to John about how I was feeling, and he spent all of yesterday afternoon when he got home from work cleaning the entire house, because as I've always said in all my clean with me's, I always say that like if I have a messy house, like that's how I feel. Like my environment is very much a reflection of how I'm feeling, and so when I have a clean space, it feels really clean, and like, yeah, I just feel super clear and level-headed. And so because I was feeling a little bit down yesterday, John cleaned the entire house, did all the jobs that I usually do, and now today like I've woken up with a clean house and I don't have to worry about cleaning. And I had plans to do like a big decluttering session with like, you know, going through my kitchen drawers, wiping all the surfaces, doing all the things. And I'm just like, you don't need to do that just because a new year has come around. Like if you feel called to that, that's fine. But I think I did, but I just like, I'm actually being more so called into like taking rest. That's sort of where I'm at. I just wanted to be super transparent that I was feeling like quite overwhelmed, and also just like, yeah, a little bit down just about like all the things I had to get done, but then I actually wasn't doing anything. So it's better if I like rest. And then John obviously helped me, which I appreciate, and I'm so grateful for, because yeah, it's making me feel better today, and I have like a clear head to sort of sit down and do work. But I won't be filming like the cleaning section because there's not going to be one, because I don't want to clean. So that's how I'm feeling. But anyway guys, not to put a little downer on it, I'm still very excited for 2025, and I've done all my goals and everything like I spoke to you guys about, but I just wanted to be really real as well on the whole cleaning front. So anyway, I will see you guys next week in my next video. Bye.